So, thank you for joining the class. Today, we are going to discuss why RMG business in Bangladesh. RMG is an international business, and as per the value chain, as you can remember, that production is the lowest valued activities in the total value chain of the RMG business. And this production business is here in Bangladesh since 1980. So why? What are the factors that forces RMG business here in Bangladesh? The forces includes number one, comparative advantage. Because of not comparative, because of absolute advantage, the garments industry is here. What is absolute advantage? This is an economic theory. This theory was given by Adam Smith in 1776. Absolute advantage is when a country can produce a product more effectively than other country. So, in garments business, we have absolute advantage, which means that we can produce garments more effectively than other countries. Export goods of production advantage and import goods of production disadvantages. So we enjoy advantages of garments productions. That's why we produce and export garments. And say for an example, we cannot produce capital machineries. So capital machineries are producing by European countries, China, Turkey, Germany. We buy or import capital machineries. So because of absolute advantage, we are producing garments. And this absolute advantage will not end very soon because we have all the facilities to produce garments. So the merchandisers who are completing your degree in merchandising, more opportunities are waiting for you. Then, because of comparative advantage, textile business here in Bangladesh. This is also an economic theory. It is developed by David Ricardo in 1817. The theory is the extension of absolute advantage theory. That is, if a country has advantage in production of two commodities, here there was one commodity. Now, if Bangladesh has opportunity to produce two commodities, then Bangladesh will produce the one which will have efficiency. That means then if a country has advantage in producing two commodities, then compare the efficiency of both goods. Produce and export the goods which can be produced more effectively. Say for an example, we produce garments because our production efficiency is garments is better than wheat production. Wheat production is not efficient compared to garments production. So we are producing garments here because of comparative advantage. And the comparative advantage will continue for many years because our environment, the factors of production are very congenial to produce garments rather than other products. So Bangladeshi manufacturers are enjoying comparative advantage in producing garments other than other competitive products. Why garments industry is in Bangladesh? Because of factors endowment. Factors endowment is also an economic theory. The theory suggests that This theory is based on a country's available factors of production, land, labor, capital, entrepreneur in the country. So in our country, we have land, we have labor, we have capital, we have entrepreneurs because there are more than 4,000 factories here in Bangladesh. The 4,000 owners are all entrepreneurs. Labor force is available. There is no crisis of land and there is no crisis of capital to start the garments business. So these are known as the factors endowment. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur are the factors endowment. So we are producing garments using our own factors, and we have all the factors of production to produce garments. But we don't have sufficient factors of production to produce computers. Say, for example, we are not expert in manufacturing computer. We are not expert in manufacturing arms and weapons. So those are known as the capital intensive industries. Our industry is labor intensive industry. So factors of production status says that the garments production is much easier with our available factor than any other factors, than any other products. So we will produce and export garments that is happening and will continue for many years and import high-tech products, say for example, computer. Our country factors of production is not capable to produce high-tech products. We cannot produce Microsoft Office. We cannot produce, Windows. We cannot produce computer. So these industries, the factors of production is favorable in the United States. That's why United States is producing arms and weapons. They're producing computer. They're producing high-tech products. Korea is also producing high-tech products. So the factors endowment is still in favor of garments business. So there is no doubt that we are very expert in producing garments. And because of product life cycle, why the garments business will continue here in Bangladesh? Because of product life cycle. And the product life cycle is also an economic theory. It is given by Raymond Veron in the mid 1960s. A product goes through the life cycle. Introduction, these are the steps of product life cycle. Introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Country where the product is first launched is innovator. That means the industry was started there in Great Britain. And they are known as the innovator. Now they are not producing garments, rather they are buying garments from Bangladesh. So the country where the product is first launched is innovator, and at the end of the cycle, the innovator becomes the importer. So Great Britain is the importer now. So as the features of the product life cycle theory also suggest that in the maturity or decline stage, we will continue producing and exporting garments. Garments was invented in Great Britain. Now they are the importer from Bangladesh. There means Great Britain is the importer from Bangladesh. So this economic theory, product life cycle theory also suggests that garments business in our country will continue. And new trade regime. This is also an economic theory known as new trade theory, and it is given by Paul Krugman. Paul Krugman is Nobel laureate economist and still he is alive. So it is given by Paul Krugman in 1980. This theory talks about some of the necessary factors. A country having this factor can become exporter. So what are the factors that are featured in a country that will those countries or that country will be the exporter? There are three necessary factors. What are the factors? Economies of scale. For large quantities of production, per unit cost of production decreases. So in garments production, we are enjoying economies of scale. We are producing large quantity of garments, and as a result, our per unit cost of production is minimum. Minimum. So there is a system of calculating per economies of scale, especially the average cost becomes minimum when you are producing at 100% capacity. And product differentiation, yes, we are offering differentiated product. We can offer different color product. We can offer, made in Bangladesh branded product. We can offer uh, different products. We have the capability to produce different forms of garments. So product differentiation facility is also available here in Bangladesh. We are enjoying economies of scale facility. We are enjoying product differentiation facility, and we are also enjoying first mover advantage. First mover advantage means the capturing the market. Capturing here the market is buyers. Many buyers are coming to Bangladesh and buying products from Bangladesh, and we can offer them product at lower price. So first mover advantage. We are also enjoying first mover advantage. So because of the new trade theory, because of economies of scale, because of product differentiation, because of first mover advantage, our industry will sustain and will continue to grow for many years until and unless, as we said, that there is economic restructuring, because textile industry is not the industry of the civilized and also developed economy. So if Professor Yunus or Yunusonomics can help develop our country to the next level, then the industry will not exist and it will take more or less more 20 years. So for the next 20 years, there is no alternative to RMG production. This industry will enjoy a lot of facilities, and the government will also facilitate this industry until and unless there is a economic restructuring. Economic restructuring means that the garments industry will be a subordinate industry, maybe computer industry, information industry, IT industry will grow. And when you will have the better opportunities, why you will work in the garments business, people will move to the better industries. So if Professor Yunus remains here in Bangladesh and continues to develop or continues to help Bangladesh, Bangladesh will be a developed country, and we will get the benefits of economic restructuring. And because another factor, another theory that is given by Professor Michael Porter in his book The Competitive Advantage of Nations in 1990, Professor Michael Porter, Professor Michael Porter has given a theory, and the name of the theory is, uh, you know, Porter's diamonds model. Porter's diamonds model. This Porter diamonds model explains why some nations or regions are more competitive in a specific industries than others by analyzing four key determinants. So why a country will be competitive? It depends on these four factors: demand condition, farm strategy, structure and rivalry, supported and related industries, and factor conditions. So these all the factors are in favor of garments production here in Bangladesh. So for example, demand condition. We have huge demand. Trump trade will also increase more demand of our garments, international demand of RMG. Then related and support industries, we have spinning mills, yarn production, we have fabric mills, fabric production. We can produce accessories. 60% of our accessories are produced homeland. So related industries and support industries are available because and factors condition, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur also available for garments production here in Bangladesh. And also farm strategic station and library. There are 4,500, more than 4,500 RMG factories in Bangladesh. All factories are competitors, farms rivalry. So these four diamonds are available here in Bangladesh for garments production. So garments industry will continue to shine, and the industry will ultimately be the number one industry here in Bangladesh. And the industry, because of Trump trade, the war means trade war between the Chinese manufacturers or China and United States, Trump and Xi. This will benefit this trade or will benefit our garments industry in future. So as you can see that why garments business will be here in Bangladesh. This will be a question in your exam. Why garments business here in